Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Malty Monday featuring the Brut IPA. Let me tell you, this one was a brute for pretty much most of the panel to find. This was a style that came out real hot this past summer. Everybody seemed to want to try to brew it. They thought it was going to be the next big thing that was going to finally take down the New England IPAs. And I think we have all discovered that it's definitely not.
It's not easy to find.
It's very, very hard to find. I went to 4 different stores to find mine, and there was only 2 to select from, and both of them are from fairly large brewing companies. But I want to welcome my panel tonight. I do have Brian, Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue.
Cheers.
Right next to him, we got the drunken one. Welcome my panel tonight. Right directly below the drunken one, we have Alex, the Bear Master.
Somebody watching the stream in the background?
I'm not getting any feedback. Okay. And then we have Thomas Metal 75, Eric. And then right directly next to Eric, we have Beer Man. And this was kind of Bear Man's idea to do a brewed IPA. So we all blame Bear Man for this.
We can all blame Bear Man.
So I'm going to start the little banner things from going. I'm going to get into what I could find because the BJCP hasn't even made a guideline for this. So it's kind of based off of home brewers' attempts.
I got to get the dust off this old ass can.
So let's just bring this up, get through this, and then we will crack into these very dry beers.
What the?
Very dry.
Mine's from
Okay, so for what I could find on this, we have the Brut IPA style description 1.0. I guess there might be more coming out later.
Hopefully, new beer.
Let's just go to the overall impression. A very pale, very dry, highly effervescent variant of American IPA, usually highly hopped with aromatic hops, but with far less actual bitterness. Aromas, I don't want to get into all that. Skip over appearance, flavors, mouthfeel. Comments on this. BuMpY-isms, specifically glucosamine or glucosamase, or God damn, why does I have to have all these? Amyloglucosidase or whatever.
Come on, Thrash Metal, pronounce language.
Are used in the mash and or fermented along with highly fermentable wort and often adjuncts like rice and corn to achieve close to 100% attenuation.
Yep.
Clean, high attenuating the yeast strains are preferred, though the style will likely evolve as more brewers experiment with more characterful strains. Bittering hops should be used with restraint, since even though it is an IPA, the low finishing gravities will accentuate hop bitterness, generally at or below about 20 IBUs. The history. This is a very new sub-genre of IPA that has ties to the relatively rare European-style BuMpY de Champagne, but is generally attributed to brewer Kim Sturdivant at San Francisco's Social Kitchen and Brewery. He is said to have used BuMpY-isms to make his triple IPA more drinkable and wondered what effect they would have on a standard strength IPA. Some see it as a bone-dry West Coast backlash to the New England IPA and milkshake IPA trends that favor sweet, full-bodied, juicy flavors in a heavily late-hopped beer. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with here. And let me bring us back. So in the comments right now, we have Thomas Metal saying hi to everybody. We had John and Nelly, who could unfortunately not find a brewed IPA. He went to various stores trying to find one. Drunken One says hello. Jeremy Benson, cheers, welcome.
Cheers,
And
Jeremy.
Craft Beer Pours, Brandon. Thank you
Cheers.
for joining
Cheers,
in the chat. Also, they could not come across a Brut IPA. So, I went to, like I said, 4 different stores trying to find one. The last store, when I finally found one, I just stopped there. I wasn't going to go searching for anything real super special. They had 2 different Brut IPAs. One was from Founders, which I figured somebody else might find, so I went with a different one that hopefully nobody else brought on. I haven't seen Beerman's yet, but we're going to jump right into Thrash Metal Homebrew so he can show us what Brut IPA he has and what he thinks of it.
Okay, in my area, where I live, there's only, unless you have to go 10 or more miles, there's only one liquor store that I thought would have it. And they only had one Brut IPA in there, so I lucked out. And this is Tivoli's Brut IPA. And this is Tivoli Brewing Company. It's out of downtown Denver, so it's local. Brewery's been around since 1859. I poured it up, as you can see. The head is a little foamy. It's no tight bubbles in this one. It is very effervescent in there. It's got a lemony looking color to it. And let me do a little reading on this for you. It's the Brut to Full IPA, bright and effervescent with juicy tropical notes, finishes clean, dry like champagne. I wonder why this kind of like took a dump. I mean, the Brut IPAs, everyone had a hard time finding if you could find them at all. It's the American Brut IPA, 6% ABV with 35 IBUs. And this is best with fruit salad, caviar, and orange juice. You believe that?
Caviar. What?
It's available year-round, but they still make it. Comes on tap in 6-pack cans. Let's see if there's anything on their little write-up here. It was actually developed through close collaboration with their partners at MSU Denver, so which is cool. So I think their brewing school actually got with Tivoli, which is like right next door to it, and they got together to make this. But anyway, let's go ahead and go for a smell. Got some grapefruit off of it. They used some good West Coast hops in this one. I have had it before. You get a tang of zest. You get some punch of some like orange juicy, sweet, juice in there. And it smells bright. Let's go ahead and go in. Cheers.
Cheers.
Little bit of legs. Too bad. Goes in clean. Very clean. Hops hit you in the mouth. They're not overwhelming at all, but it is, the IPA. It's more of a pale ale type bitterness. And it finishes clean as well. Very effervescent. Very bright on the tongue. Flavors I get of grapefruit, lime zest, orange zest, lemon zest. Very dry now. It's drying out now. Let me go for another one. Yeah, it's just like tropical fruits. Yeah, it's really dry. You can feel it on the back of the tongue. As you can tell, the head dissipates pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so we're gonna hop right over to Drunken One, and he can talk about his Brut IPA.
All right, so this is what I got. Found it's a little older because I guess the style's kind of gone away. Mine was canned on November 12th of last year, so it's not too terribly out of date for being an IPA. I brought the Founders Civilized Brut IPA. This is 6% with 45 IBUs. that was the only Brut IPA in there. It was a 15 pack, and so I didn't know if I wanted to get it or not. And the guy there at Specs Liquor, I don't know if you have those in your neighborhood. Anyway, he says if you don't like it, bring your receipt back, and we'll credit you the difference there. So anyway, cracking into it. I have had a few of these today, so I don't know, 4 or 5. So I have some kind of idea as to what they're about. Some kind of idea as to what they're about. This first time pouring it into a glass. To be honest, I was drinking it straight out of the can before. So it looks like it needs a little heavy pour to get it going there. All right. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. Nice and clear. Oh, no, it's not Budweiser. Nice and clear. Got plenty of bubbles rushing up from the bottom. If my camera, yeah, you can see it there. Pours with about a finger head of yeah, it's not really tight bubbles like Brian said. And so that's the look of it. The smell, it smells like snot. I do get some pineapple, maybe some, well, no more grapefruit than pineapple. Grapefruit. I think I'd know what it tastes like or smells like after tasting so many of them, huh? Yeah, I'll give a tip and I'll tell you kind of what I think about it. But yeah, cheers. Like I said, it's nice and clear. It's a little condensation on the glass is all, but nice and clear, well filtered. Lots of bubbles streaming up from the bottom. So makes you wanna drink it. Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yummy yum. Okay, I've had the Brut style before. I didn't hate it. It's not as juicy as some of the other IPAs that are out there, the East Coast, West Coast thing or whatever. It does finish dry for sure. It seems a little thin on the mouthfeel, but it makes just the dryness makes you want to come back for more. It's not unsavory or something that I wouldn't buy again if you could find it, right? But yeah, that was indeed the last 15 packs that they had there in the store, and I'm probably they're probably glad I bought the damn things. That was just taking up space. Matter of fact, it wasn't even on the rack; it was in the cooler, but it was on the floor in the cooler. So it's like you got to be looking for that thing to find it. It was literally the only Brut IPA I could find. Although I looked it up on the internet, and there was supposed to be several others that they should have had. I guess it's kind of a passing thing, but so far so good. I'm not hating it, and it's okay. If it were still around, I'd sure buy it, and it's probably better if it were more fresh. But it's yeah, the write up on it says fine, like a fine Brut champagne. This IPA is brilliantly bubbly, refreshing, crisp, and stunningly clear. Designed for the more sophisticated IPA drinker. It says civilized Brut has a clean and refreshing. Has a clean and unstrained bitterness. The clarity and the malt sweetness allow the hop notes to tantalize your taste, tantalize your senses. Where did I get taste from? Anyway, in a bold yet never overpowering way. Anyway, so that's my little review so far. Thanks for having me. I might add. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hey, get drunk one.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
So,
Best I got.
Alex, you ready?
Yep, go ahead.
This is your first time on a Multi Monday, isn't it?
No, I've been on maybe once before. I think I'll have to go back.
Which one did we do?
I don't remember. I'll have to go back. It's not maybe a couple weeks before.
All right. Well, you ready? You're going up.
Yeah, let's go. I have Anderson Valley Brut IPA. I've never had a Brut beer before. Obviously, it's based off of champagne, which I never even realized. I drank champagne, but I never figured it was a Brut. This right here, I obviously had a lot of head on it a few minutes ago, but it's died down. Let me see if there's a reviews or anything. I don't think there. It's oh, here we go. 6.8 by volume by alcohol. It's a 12-ounce can, but I don't see the IBUs. I'm not really sure about that. Oh, either way,
Probably 20 to 30 somewhere.
probably.
Not very high, yeah.
So it looks a little hazy though. It's supposed to be clear. I thought these kind of beers. I guess not. I can see my computer a little bit, but it's a little hazy, kind of like a yellow juicy kind of thing to me, at least in my opinion. Let's see what this. It has a nice frothy head a little bit. So let's see what it smells like. It smells like a kind of like a bitter fruit or something like that. I'm not sure what kind of fruit, but I've smelled this before. But it smells really bitter. But is it going to be sweet? I don't know. Probably not. So let's dive into this and cheers and see what this tastes like, shall we?
Here's to you, sir.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, I just put everybody in their head.
It has a little bit. It has a little bit of bitterness when it first goes on into your mouth. It has a little bit of sweetness. And also a dryness. It's a very delicious beer, but it makes you want to go in for more. I'm trying to see if there's any fruit or anything, but I can't tell.
Not Beer Advocate. The Untapped website puts this at 28 IBUs, Alex.
Oh, well, it's really not that bad. I would get it again.
Does it taste like grapefruit or like lemon zest or anything like that?
I just taste the bitterness and a little sweetness.
Okay.
I'm trying to get at it. And I normally can pick up on fruit. Normally I
this
can't.
is a tough one because with the like I read out of that little write up on it, where it's so dry, any real bitterness will come through pretty substantially. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of bitterness, but a lot more dryness.
Is it real? Is it like a sharp bitterness or is it like a mellow?
It's like a sharp bitterness, but it's not making my cheeks like get a little, lockjaw or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like that. Like you feel that burniness or that.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
But it is a very good beer.
Delish.
Yeah, it looks delicious. You keep digging in. So yeah.
It does have a sharp bitterness though. I do not like the bitterness, but I do like the beer itself. I still think it's tasty, but
Lockjaw IPA.
like I like the bitterness. I like the bitterness a little bit because it gives it more flavor, but I don't like the dryness. The dryness, I'll tell you the number when we get back around. But
Okay, cool.
All right.
Beer, Alex.
Yeah, good job.
very
man.
good.
I'll
Nice
keep
job,
sipping.
Alex. Thank you.
Keep
You're
sipping. Keep thinking.
Yeah, keep sipping. Don't chug it.
That's
So
what
next,
Brandon says.
we're gonna move on to Thomas Metal 75. I believe he has the very first Brut IPA that was
Ever came out in the
ever
world.
brewed. So
Yeah.
First
he'll
can.
tell you a little bit about it.
So I'm going to preface this by saying if it looks like for some reasoning I keep getting scan lines and weird random artifacts going on the screen, I have no clue why my camera's doing that. This is a great Logitech camera. So yeah, like that. I don't know what that was. I don't know why it keeps doing that. But anyways, I digress. How about beer? This is the IPA number 9 from Collective Arts, and this one actually does come from their facility in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. You want to know the date? And it was $59.99 for a 4-pack of this crap. April 9th, 2019. I go to a giant liquor store that's in my area, and literally giant liquor store. This is the only one that said Brut on the can. So anyways, I have Brut India Pale Ale, and this is brewed with Azeka and Citra hops, 7.1%. And they say that this is their newest IPA in their series. It is a double dry hop brewed IPA, crisp, bubbly, and utterly bursting, full of fresh Azeka and Citra hops. Well, not on this one. And then they talk about what the flavor's like. So I've been sipping on it for a little bit, not too much there, not a trillion beer. But you can see where the head was. It's not really a big head. It's kind of like what thrash metal was talking about, where it's just kind of like a soapy, sudsy looking head. but it does have some nice clinging lacing to it.
Yeah, you got lacing in there. I don't have any of that.
I'm noticing it just. If I were blindfolded, no. If I were just to look at the beer glass and wouldn't know what style it was, I would just guess it looks like your traditional New England style hazy IPA. Sure. Yeah. With a little bit of, no, I can see some particles floating around, but they're not big chunky sediment. So cool. Yeah, I'm getting lots of that pineapple in this one. Again, Thrash Metal Talk was asking Alex about lemon. Yeah, definitely lemon or lemongrassy notes. A Pilsner malty crackeriness to it. Sweet white bready malt, maybe. I don't know. To me, it doesn't have there's a little bit of like a resin hop, but not a whole bunch. To me, it just smells like a really clean and inoffensive IPA with just a tad more sweetness than a lot of other styles. So let's try this one. Cheers.
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 I wouldn't say bright. However, it still is retaining at 11 months old. It still is retaining a good amount of the, what did I say, pineapple fruitiness to it. I'm definitely getting some grapefruit underneath that. Good amount of lemoniness. Just like in the nose, I'm getting a Pilsner malty, what tastes like to me, Pilsner malty, crackery flavor out of this one.
What'd you call me?
Hey, white cracker. White bread and white cracker, no. Yeah, cracker. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's bone dry, but it does dry incredibly quickly. So you could crush a whole bunch of these. This doesn't taste like 7.1%. There's about a medium to light bodied, but I would say straight up medium, crisp, clean, ultra refreshing. I mean, I'm happier than when I bought the beer because it actually tastes pretty good and decent. But it's not the juiciest, biggest juicy bomb, but the style to me just reminds me of New England IPAs with the drying and the effervescence of a champagne or sparkling white wine. So actually, so far, so good. Yeah.
Nice. So that's actually good news. So you can age a brewed IPA.
Yeah.
Not in Alex's house.
One was at 7.1%. So it,
Oh, wow.
Maybe I can group mine too.
Looks good though.
Nice.
Effervescence. Yep.
Yep.
Bam.
Ooh.
Beer man.
Oh, hello. Well, thank you, BuMpy. I appreciate you letting me be here again. And no, I got one from Yakima. It took, like you said, I had to go. I thought they'd have them in Astoria. There's bottle shops everywhere around here, and nobody had one. And I had to go down to Seaside, 20 minutes south of me. And but anyway, this is from Yakima Craft Brewing Company out of Yakima, Washington, somewhat close to me, 3 hours east of me or so. It's got Nelson Savan and Mandarina Bavaria in it, hops. It's a 6% ABV with 15 IBUs. So pretty low in the IBUs.
Yeah.
$4.50 for the can, no date. So I've seen these in their cooler forever. So I don't know. It's really poppy though. Holy crap. Oh, wow.
Whoa, it's excited. It's trying to get out of there.
Let's go, Alex.
Whoa!
Biggest head of the night.
Don't worry, that happened to me too when I first opened up this can too. So don't worry.
Let's check it out. Well, we'll stay there. We got like a hand high head. We'll just go with that. We got like seriously 5 fingers here. Oh, that's footy. That smells like it might have even gotten tainted. I don't know. It's weird. It smells like a Belgian farmhouse ale. Yeah.
Oh no.
It has it has like a lemon. Actually, it does. It's starting to get out the like a grape, like a berryish grape like flavor, a white grape.
Is it smelling Band-Aidy a little bit?
A little Band-Aidy, a little off flavored with that. I think. I don't know. Is that?
That's bad.
That's probably it's probably not good. I hope
Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Enjoy.
That's it. Citrus, and like a little berry, a little bit of white grape, and then some like footiness going on because of Band-Aid's footiness. White head, kind of soapy, a little sudsy looking. The retention's good. The lacing, the legs, everything is good there. I mean, it seems to be sticking well. It's a lemon-colored beer. It's hazy. I would mistake it as a hazy IPA, an English any IPA. It's not too effervescent. I was thinking it would be a little more bubbly, but it's not super. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's stringing up the side, going crazy. It's pretty turbid inside. Actually, it's just crazy. So let's taste this beer, this footy beer.
Can you get under it? Ooh, excuse me.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Two beers in a row that you have.
What does it taste like? Does it have no sweetness to it because of the Band-Aid taste, or what does it have there, buddy?
Immediately it goes on, like at the tip of my tongue, it's super dry. It's very dry all the way back. Even in the finish, it does have a slight bitterness in the back, but nothing. It's very dry. But very farmhousey, very footy, very Band-Aidy. Let's go with Band-Aid. I like that better. It tastes Band-Aidy all around the palate, the tongue, everywhere. I mean, it's like I sucked on a Band-Aid. With a little lemon citrus. There's some citrus and some grape, some white grape I'm getting out of that for sure. It's not good. So it tastes like a bad champagne, and it's not as sparkly as I would have wished it could have been. Maybe it's
what is the date on that? You said
no date.
Yeah.
It's probably been there forever, like 5-6 months. Who knows? So yeah, I'm not impressed, but anyway, there you go.
Review though.
See Band-Aids.
It's like the Flintstones Band-Aid.
I'll drink it because I paid for it.
Nice. Hey, well, the good thing is it's so dry you don't have to mop up all the spillage that you had.
Beer man, you didn't buy a whole case of that, did you?
No, one tall. We're good. A good 16 here. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Was it expensive?
$4.50.
All right.
I get a discount. I bought so many beers from these guys that they put me on some club thing, so I get like a little discount from these guys.
Wireless. Right, nice.
Yeah, we'll give you the discount, but you can have our old beer.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
not impressed though. If it was newer, I might like it. I think I might like it, but
exactly.
Sounds like a dying breed.
Yeah.
So Trish mentioned this one in the chat. I did pick up the Shipyard Bluefish Brut IPA.
All right.
This one comes in at 5. Where the heck is it? 5.25%. It pairs perfectly with unicorns, hot dogs, high fives, and Smiling John.
What?
What? Nilly, you're smiling. There you are. Woo.
Unicorns.
Unicorns. There's no date on this one either, so I don't know how old it is, but I think the Shipyard Brut IPAs just came out like a few months ago. So go ahead and pour this one in and see if this thing foams out of here too.
Excuse me, I thought you said it was being bygones when it comes to the Brut IPAs. Apparently, they're trying to come back. Apparently, if that's a fresh.
Well, no, there's still some brewers are still making them, but when they first came out, it seemed like everybody had to get their hands into it.
Yes,
it was like, yeah. So, but yeah, obviously they're very hard to find because I think everybody had difficulty finding one.
I didn't have no difficulty. I just went to my store and I asked for it. They took it.
Everybody except for Alex had a hard time. So this thing pours with a much smaller head than Bear Man's. Give it about a finger there, and very white head. The coloration of the beer itself looks a deeper gold on camera. That's probably just with the lighting I was looking at. It looks like a Mountain Dew yellow on my end, but I bring it back a little bit. It does have kind of a nice gold coloration, and there's some clarity there. Kind of see my fingers through it. There's no real chill haze in the glass, so a little bit of a haziness, but you can still see through it. The aromas. Yeah, I get kind of like a pineapple. Pretty big pineapple actually coming through. And a little bit of like a tangerine, cutie type aroma. It has a little bit of a sweet smell. It smells pretty good. A couple of the really nice citrus type fruits coming through there. So first swig, cheers.
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 Cheers, you rat bastard.
So
Band-Aid.
the pineapples and kind of citrus notes do still come through with it. There's no real super malt flavor that I'm picking up on.
Yeah.
Say on the crackery side for the malt base.
Tell me.
So probably like a lot of Pilsner type malts used in this. To keep it kind of light. This one, it's drying out now on my tongue, but it did seem pretty wet when I was first starting to drink it. So it's not. This one's not a super dry Brut IPA. Carbonation in it. High side medium carbonation. It's got some spritz to it. Very light body feel, but not super drying. It is more drying than most IPAs that I've had, but this is like my third Brut I think I've ever had in my life, and this one is probably the least dry. But it's actually one of the better flavored ones also.
Okay.
Coming through. It's got a bittering effect to it that does linger on and last, but it's not over the top. My first Brut IPA I ever had was made by a local New Hampshire brewery. I can't remember which one it was, but it was so bitter. It was bad. It was like sucking on hot pellets. That's how bitter it was. So this one overall isn't a bad one. So I'm going to bring up the panel. We'll go through and talk to the chat here a little bit, and then we'll go through and give our scores. So missed some conversation back here.
Hey,
What
BuMpY,
do
BuMpY, I'm assuming that it's not supposed to be bitter. It's supposed to be a little bitter and a lot more sweetness, because that's what I'm tasting.
Not sweet, but
I
dry.
think that's the opposite.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like dry, like champagne with.
Oh, it's dry. There's dryness.
I think there's more bitterness. It kind of offsets the maltiness a bit.
That's what
bit.
dry.
Right.
That's what Brut
I'm
means.
sorry, BuMpY. I just want to.
yeah, no problem.
French
Keep
fry.
snipping. It says, oh, that's the one. The one store said they had, but when she went there, they didn't have it. Paul Middlefrew says, Band-Aid, usually from chlorophenols. So sometimes sanitizer isn't rinsed enough at the brewery.
H2.
Jeremy Benson, after watching you guys reviewing all these Brut IPAs, I can see why no one is buying them now.
Wow.
Cheers to Old Car Guy for coming in. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Beer Man, nice info.
Cheers.
Jeremy Benson, that says Brut IPA is no problem for Alex because he's a beer master, of course.
Well, listen, people, we're not really reviewing the freshest that we know of IPA, so we might not be giving you the best description of a really great version these days, if there are ones these days, right?
Yeah.
We're trying. Yeah,
Nelly says maybe the Band-Aid fell into the tank as the beer was being brewed.
Oh,
That's another possibility.
Check for some kind
Everyone
of
says
disease
cheers to
here.
the card guy. You think you guys just bought up all the last couple of bottles of Brut IPAs?
Yes,
That is
Probably.
possible.
I think we did.
And order more.
There's more room in the store now.
Maybe the whole box is drunken one.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He bought a whole box, but they did tell him that he could return it if he didn't like it.
Yeah,
So they must have had
it's
some bad feedback on the Brut IPA.
It's not terrible. It was indeed the last box.
We bought the last Bruts in the world, says Zanelli.
Yeah.
Band-Aid bumpy? No, it wasn't. No Band-Aid notes in mine. It was kind of pineapple and citrusy, and not too bad. Old car guy has a bomb.
with a bomb. Oh, God.
And it did go boom. So this is the last live Brut IPA review ever, and it will definitely be on my channel. The last one, we got through it. Cheese Bride, don't blow them up. Says, "Gosh, Brutes for the magical fruit. The more the drink, the more you toot. The more you toot, you better you."
Okay.
I think Anelli's had a couple beers. I
King
went to
Cobra.
480p. And 666 subscribers. Thank you very much. Middleford says, "Add John and Ellie." Okay, I think it's time to calm down or come down there. But I think he meant calm down. To fluff up your pillow. Oh, Jacob Dowdy just joined in. Thank you very much, Jacob. Hey, if you have a Brut IPA, drink up in the chat.
If you do, congratulations, you found one.
Yeah, and if you do, you found one, and there's no reason why you shouldn't have joined the panel tonight.
Right.
So now we will go ahead and start giving our scores if you so wish. If you so wish. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. Twisting anybody's arms, fingers, or anything. So, Brash, we will start with you and what you think about the Brut IPA that you had.
Well, I've had quite a few Brut IPAs in my pro drinking time. This one isn't too bad. It comes through pretty well balanced. A little on the dry side, which is the way it's supposed to be. A little more bitter than malt, the sweet malt. I'm going to give it probably an 88 out of 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like, as you see, trying to find it, it's a dying breed beer. I mean, it's okay. I think the thought was there when it was a big deal, and I think people just got burned out real quick because either they were getting real screwed up because you had to drink a ton of these to quench your thirst. Yeah, I don't know, man. I wonder why it faded out. I mean, I think the opposite, the NEPA blows this sky high. I mean, it just blows this away. I mean, this is
NEPA.
This is, eating the Sahara Desert compared to a juice bomb, wet, beautiful New England IPA. So
Wet and beautiful. Thank you for the
wet,
compliment.
beautiful, juicy.
Thank you for the compliment, Brett.
John Womack appreciates that. Thank you very much. I don't think he's ever been called beautiful.
Well, we shall see, Jeremy. We shall see.
You're right next to Thrash there, drunken one. So
was it my turn? All right. I was waiting for the approval. All right.
The approval.
Okay, so I took some notes like I usually do. All right. Yeah, I got a whole 15 pack of these. One more time with what the hell is it? It's the Founders brand. We should get love the Founders. This is Civilized Brut IPA. It is the 6% at 45 IBUs. The IBUs are kind of hidden. I did take the notes. I'll tell you what I did with the notes here anyway. So I said it's not too sweet because of the low final gravity. Because like BuMpy mentioned a while ago, it attenuates down lower. It's taken away most of the sweetness, which makes those just 45 IBUs really stand out. That's not a lot of hops, but in a beer like this, it's because, like I said, they've taken away all the sweetness through the brewing process. The hops seem to stand out a little bit more. I said it's well balanced because it is. It seems to be between the hops and the sweetness. It seems to be well balanced. I said it's easy to drink because it leaves you. It's so dry, it leaves you wanting more. You just want to get another swig of that stuff. I said the alcohol is well masked because it's 6%, which isn't. It's not a sissy beer, but it's not a big boy. But you can't taste any of that alcohol in there. It's pretty easy to drink. There's no lacing on the glass to speak of. Beer Man, it seems like he had the best lacing out of us here, but it really doesn't lace the glass so much. It's nicely filtered. I don't know why mine's so clear and y'all's is different. Mine looks more like Budweiser, and y'all's looks more like a big juice bomb. But it's nicely filtered. It's a medium to low body. It's just a little thin, so I give it medium to low. It definitely has a dry finish. Again, makes you want to come back for the more. And the hard part is the con, I guess, is it's hard to find. Would I buy it again? If it were around and fresh, I'd like to try it one more time, but I don't think it's going to come back around. My final score on it, I gave it a 91. It's not a terrible beer. It's definitely different than any other IPA I've tried. I have had a Brut before, but I forget which kind it was. I want to say it was a Sierra Nevada one. But it's not terrible, and I give it a 91. I would buy it again if it were back around and somewhat fresh because I like to try it.
Wow.
Nice.
Everybody thought you were going to be in the 80s in your ratings.
No, right. I mean, well, if it's not a 91, it may be down to 89. It's not a terrible beer. It's all right. It's all right. It's easy to drink. It tastes all right. It is a bit dry, so it makes you want to come back for more.
Yeah, that's the other thing I'm noticing about the style is that even between having some last year, definitely is just one of the easiest IPAs this side of just drinking a pale ale to drink.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just a little different than a pale ale, but not quite an IPA.
And brewing it, I think it'd be pretty damn easy too.
Right.
Yeah, you just gotta use all those big worded amylase.
Yeah, amylase. Yeah,
I love Emily.
Champagne yeast.
The beer master.
Yeah. Champagne used to take it down to like 0.99. not even a 1 point anything. 99. All right.
So, what do you think there, Alex, the Brut Master?
The Brut Master.
Well,
I love how you choose the beer.
I'll give the dryness an 80 because I don't like dry beers. But like I said, every beer gets a chance. I'll give the flavor a 90. I would get this beer again because of the flavor. Weirdly enough, but because I like champagne, so that's why I kind of like the champagne kind of feel.
It's like New Year's.
Yeah. Cheers to Dr. Frosty Brew.
So the dryness 80, the flavor. I'm trying to figure out the flavor and I cannot. It's kind of like a fruit. It's kind of like a fruit flavor, but I cannot figure it out. I normally can, but I can't this time.
It dies too quickly for you to figure it out. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, the like I said, the dryness gets an 80. The beer, all in all, which is the flavor, gets a 90.
He's trying to be
nice. Get this beer again.
Beer man, come on.
No, it's not about being nice. I don't like dryness, but I do like the flavor.
As long as you don't get that lemon pledge Brut IPA.
Honestly, though, Brian, I like lemon beers. I'll have to try it out. So, hey, maybe I'll try that beer with you. I don't know what it was, but I'll try it for you.
Did Pledge actually team up with the brewery and make a lemon pledge?
Right.
Pledge allegiance to the lemon in the beer.
So,
we aged it in wood.
So all in all, this beer gets an 80. The flavor gets a 90, but the dryness gets an 80 because it has a great flavor. And that's
your overall score again. What was it, Alex?
The dryness gets an 80.
90.
The beer itself, which is the flavor,
so 90.
Gets a 90. So
yeah, the flavor, yeah, We're about the flavor here. Yeah, F90.
90. Not
Also
bad.
91.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just don't. But no matter if it's dry or not, every beer gets a chance.
Yep. They
No
should.
matter what. That's
Yeah,
that's why I'm Alex the Beer Master. I give a beer a chance.
I like that idea.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm finding the lacing. There we
Oh,
go.
and the lacing is pretty good too. If you
Yeah.
what's a beer man's lacing? That's a pretty good lacing kind of beer too.
I'm in Pledge Brut IPA.
Yeah, it does. That's nice lacing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing
So
It's got eggs.
arts.
I mean the head even stays on, so that's even
Knows how to use them.
so that's pretty cool. So
And there's a bear on the back of
very bumpy. The beer's delicious. I'm willing to get it again.
There we go. They're attack. He's
Is it,
attacking.
is it like a hug in a fridge?
I
I don't know. Well, yeah, because you see this behind me.
No, not you, Alex, Eric.
There's his legs. He's inside of that fridge, I guess.
Oh, he's inside of it.
I guess number 1, but this is number 9. This is probably the 9th best Brut IPA. So I'm definitely noticing bigger pineapple and lemony notes, and I think I've ended up noticing that over the course of a couple of different ones that these Brut IPAs I've had last year. I haven't drank a whole bunch of them. I remember the Brut IPA from Sierra Nevada being really good, but that was like really when it came out. This one it's got some brightness to it in the department, but it's not like really fresh and green and herbaceous with the hops in this one. But it's reminding me of the New England style, just a little bit more subdued and more about drying feeling and sensation. This one's got some good carbonation. I wouldn't necessarily say that this one's got exactly champagne, white horse, Vive Clicquot, kind of a champagne flavor or a effervescence to it, but it's still pretty good. It just kind of, for me, this particular beer just kind of sits in the either somewhere in the middle of the pack or maybe slightly above the middle of the pack, but not much more than that inside of the IPAs in New England's in this day and age. I guess an 87 would be perfectly fine. I bought a 4-pack of them. They're $15.99. It was much better than I thought it was going to be for being 11 months old. However, not the best style in the world, highly drinkable, and at 7.1, damn, where's the alcohol? I don't know.
Right. Nice. Yeah. What's up?
Crushable.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's the best part. Like I said, I've never heard of Brut IPAs until this came along. So I'm guessing all Brut IPAs, unless they're higher alcohol, I'm assuming you can crush these things. I can crush this beer definitely, but I'm just saying, I wonder if there's higher alcohol versions of these kind of beers. I don't mean, interfere. Just curious.
If you can find them at all. If you can find them at all.
But Legendary BuMpy, is there a possibility that there's higher ABVs on these kind of beers? Not on this beer itself, but
Well, yeah, we all have various ranges.
What's Beer Advocate say? Beer Advocate says between 6% and 7.5% for American Brut IPA. That doesn't necessarily mean that American brewers can't just say, well, this was the style, let's just blow that out the water. But that's
I'm trying to see what beers that are higher, like not like 10%, 11%. I wonder if there's 11%.
No, probably not. Alex. The thing is, I'm just saying that the yeast has to eat these when they're finished aren't very sweet at all, because the yeast, they've had to use some really special yeast to get it to where it's eating almost all the sugars, and if it had any more malts to make it higher in ABV, then the yeast wouldn't be able to eat it. It's just there's a reason this is the way it is.
Yeah, but Jordan, I taste sweetness to this, to me though. So
a little bit, not much. Maybe your particular beer. This doesn't have a lot of sweetness. That this is. I don't know what the FG on this was when it was all said and done, but I'm sure it wasn't much. It's pretty dry. It's pretty dry. They took out.
It is dry.
Who's that? Because we can have the discussion afterwards.
Good man.
Yeah. We can do that later. You're right.
Brut IPA, American Brut IPA on Beer Advocate is from a Michigan brewery called Shorts Brewing Company. And we're talking about high ABV beers. The top one rated at a 92 overall is 14.2% for a Brut IPA.
Wow.
Why? God damn.
Like a freaking triple.
There you
I'll
go,
have to look for that so he can try it.
I bet you there's no Band-Aid taste in that one.
Yeah, what do you think?
What do you think about your Band-Aids? Are you ready to pull your Band-Aids off, beer man?
You'd be surprised. My surprise is it doesn't smell or taste like that anymore. It was like kind of the initial, it might have been an infection in the can. I don't know, but as it warmed up, I got more of like an orange like smell to the nose. Maybe the mandarina, the hops that were used, they have kind of a tangerine orangey like smell or something.
Did you have a beer before it or anything?
Yeah, I did. I had an IPA.
Throwing it off too.
It did.
Yeah.
And
or did you chew on any Band-Aids before time?
No.
Barley wine Brutes.
No, you're right, Thrash. Like it was definitely that. And as my mouth got used to everything, got used to it, it started to break it down a little better. I have more of a lemon, grapefruit kind of dryness. You know how that grapefruit kind of has a dry, without sugar on it. I always put sugar on my grapefruit, but it's got that dry kind of citrusiness to it. Very dry, no sugar at all. Maybe a slight pinch of sweetness, but everything was actually up to par with this per style. Besides that footy weirdness or band-aidiness. If I was to go on 100 scale, normally I go 1 out of 5 or 5 hops, whatever. But I definitely give this probably like a 70. The Band-Aid really made it shitty. But other than that, getting it warmer, a little warmer, everything lifting from it, everything coming, going through my mouth better, everything's good. Definitely a 70, so definitely a C.
Beer man, I'm curious if it didn't have that taste of a Band-Aid in the beginning and it just automatically had that orangey flavor or whatever, would it be a 90 or 91 if it didn't start off as a Band-Aid kind of flavor?
Probably an 80. I'd go 10 up because it's not my favorite style, but it was per style. It was actually okay. Just doing a little reading as we're talking here, and I was trying to figure out, what the actual hell this is, a Brut is. And, it's taking all the non-fermentable sugars and it's like eating everything it can up to make it as dry as possible. Yep. And it's crazy. And like, it has to do with the yeast, like Drunken was saying, everything. It's nuts. These are crazy, man. So
I agree.
Definitely. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Now, beer man, can you get this one too in your,
yeah, I actually almost got that. I'm glad I didn't get that.
You should have done. I don't give a crap if you copied me. I would have loved to see what your action is. It's good.
Nice. I'll have to get that actually. I want to check it out.
Yeah, review it on your channel. This way I can hear what you think of it.
For real. Yeah.
All right. And then?
So nobody has a guess for mine? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, we're waiting for you to get on first.
Go ahead, legendary BuMpy. It's your turn now.
I'm gonna go ahead and just throw out the score. I'm gonna give it a 92. Out of 100.
Nice.
Now the reason why,
Oh, that's what I picked.
because I
I'll be damned.
didn't like the other 2 Brut IPAs that I had. This one is definitely the best Brut IPA I've had, so I'm keeping it to style. And I actually think that Shipyard messed up, and they didn't truly dry this thing out like a lot of the Bruts have been. It's still kind of just tastes like a standard IPA. With just a little bit more dryness, but not super palate wrecking drying effect going on. So as a standard IPA, would I have given it a 92? Hell no. But I mean, it does have the pineapple and kind of the little tangerine, cutie, orange type citrusy going on. As I'm drinking on it, the bitterness kind of reminds me of like a tangerine like rind type flavor.
Okay.
So yeah, overall it's not a bad flavored beer. I would say as a standard IPA, if it wasn't a Brut, I would say it's a good IPA.
Would you get it again, BuMpy?
Yeah, I would get this one again.
Yeah.
As just a shelf, like just something to throw in the cooler to drink and not really care much about it. It goes down real good and
Awesome.
That's pretty Shipyard, because I find a lot of their beers just to be pretty middle of the road average.
Yeah.
In my
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Shipyard. I thought Shipyard was a beer from New Jersey. I'm confused.
No, Shipyard's from Maine.
Maine.
Yeah.
Shipyard, when they don't put it in a can, they just started putting stuff in cans, I believe. Their bottles, you don't even need a bottle opener because they're screw can.
Oh, nice. Right.
I'm getting confused. I sworn I gave a beer to Brandon similar to that, and I thought maybe it was a new. I know it's a new. Oh, Ship Bottom, not Shipyard. Never mind.
Oh,
Got confused.
You shiphead.
shit.
No.
You fucked up.
I got confused because that's Shipyard, and then there's Ship Bottom, so I get confused.
Shit, bottom. Shit.
Oh Lordy, sorry, Bumpy.
About bum.
Shippy
Shouldn't
dog.
be next time. Yep.
Yes. But all right. So we all scored our beers, and I'm thankful that people could actually find these. Actually, when I posted what the beer was going to be,
We were all like,
I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find one myself. So I didn't know how this Malty Monday was going to go. Because when it's on your own channel and you can't even find the beer, what would I have done? I still would have come on and talked about the beer, and then just talked about, well, it must be such a shitty beer. You just can't.
Well, at least you give us some good homework, Bumpy.
Yeah, but Bumpy,
Right.
it would be kind of weird though if you were the host. As the host, you wouldn't have a beer to drink with us, the same beer, similar beer to us. That would be
I
kind
know
of
what
weird.
it is. He can still host.
Well, I wouldn't drink a beer. I'd drink water instead. How's that?
Oh, okay.
Is that all right, Alex?
There you go.
But I do want to thank everybody for joining in tonight in the chat. Thanks to everybody that's just watching. Hopefully you guys have found a beer that's a Brut IPA and we're drinking along. If not, hopefully you're drinking something.
Cheers.
And I want to definitely thank my panel that was able to hunt down these very difficult brews tonight. It was definitely a fun time. I was super happy because my last day of beer shopping was Friday, and that's when I finally found the beer. So I was like, wow, I found one. I'm good. Otherwise, I would have been panicking all weekend.
Well, I thought you went beer shopping with me, though. I'm confused. You went beer shopping again?
Alex, I didn't know what we were going to be having until I had already left New Jersey.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Beer shopping.
So the panel, we're going to go off air. We're going to come up with 4 different styles, hopefully not IPAs this time as one of them. But if so be it, I think there are a few more IPA styles out there that we can still try to find.
How many?
There's a few.
You want to get any suggestions from the chat?
As far as the 4 styles, anybody want to throw out any styles that they would like to see real quick?
You can run back to the comments and stuff, and that'll give them time enough to scan.
Yeah, I've just been posting them as I've been talking.
Trappist beers. Let's go.
All right.
I do also want to say that Alex has his Food Fridays. So this Food Friday, for anybody that didn't catch the last one, and just so you know what to bring, it is fast food for this Food Friday. He has his stream start at 8 p.m. the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the same time that Malty Monday goes. So
anything fast food. It could be anything fast food. It could be fish. It could be burgers. Just anything fast food. It doesn't have to have a drive-through. It could be Chinese. It could be whatever you like. Fast food.
Nice.
But Nelly, we've already Imperial Sours. I thought I said Imperial Stouts. So we've already done Imperial Stouts, damn it. So
We got Berliner Weiss. Already.
yeah, so I think sours would probably be on it.
Scottish
and Nelly's throwing out some different sours, so sours are back.
Yeah, am I supposed to be writing this down right now? Where am I at?
Yeah, might as well. Let's just do it this way. Sours.
I got sours.
How about everyone bring their favorite IPA? That would be
favorite IPA. So I do want to say when it comes up on the special, like holiday type stuff like Trisha's birthday, which is St. Patty's Day. We're not going to be doing a choose it type thing. I'm just going to go ahead and throw out the style, which will be around that holiday theme. So
sure. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah.
So we got another. I think we have one more Multi Monday before that one happens. Before St. Patty's Day Multi Monday happens. So that will be this. That will actually be this one, right?
I don't think that poster has Brut IPA on it, Beer Man.
No.
John and Ellie says brown ale.
Scottish for
ham and
sure.
cheese flavored
Ham and cheese
beer.
flavored beer. And Nelly, you've already thrown out the sours. We got that. Anybody else? Does anybody else have any beer style that they'd like to see?
Put out Berliner.
Yeah, Berliner Weiss goes under sour. So
Trappist beer.
Trappist beer.
No,
Okay.
We haven't done anything.
Yeah. Throw down Trappist beer.
What the heck is Trappist beer? No, BuMpy. I never heard of it.
Doubles, triples, your quadruples, your chimay, your St. Bernardus beers.
Yeah, they're Belgian style Trappist. So.
Oh, okay. So if I got a new Belgian beer, I'm okay then.
Not New Belgium.
They
No.
do make some Trappist styles.
Well, yeah, they have.
Nice.
Here, look at the screen, Alex, quickly.
Hey, man.
Beerman said Scottish.
Oh, those.
You'll be able to find a good Trappist style beer.
There's Trappist out there. You'll be able to.
So Travis style beer.
Yes, Travis. I know.
Trappist. So
Trappist.
We'll work on the pronunciation after the show. We'll do that.
Okay.
So Scott, did you write down Scottish?
Yeah, I got it all in the private chat.
All right, so we got the 3. So we need one more.
Oh, I put them all out there.
We got Berliner Brown, Trappist, Scottish Quadruple, Cream Ale.
Let's do cream ale.
Alex says cream ale.
Oh, nice.
If I go there, I don't
Beer.
know if I'm gonna be there, but
Well, hey, if we do cream ale and cream ale wins, then cream ale is it because that's the style.
Yeah.
Bring some corn with you.
I don't know. What do you have, Dio? What do you have written down for the 4? Do we have 4 written down already, Dio?
Yeah, sir. I've got 6 written down. We can do it after the show. I show sours, brown ale, Trappist, Scottish, quads, and cream.
Okay. That's enough. We don't need any more.
yeah, no more.
We'll work through it after the show.
All right. So yeah, I'll be shutting this down. If there's anybody that wants to join up, maybe after I shut this down, because I think if Nelly wants to get in, we can only have 6 on StreamYard.
I'll be taking off. I got to go do stuff upstairs. So
okay. Well, thank you very much, Thrash, for joining in. So I never threw. That's what I forgot to do. I never threw the link into the chat.
Whoa, well, anyway,
No one
That's
could
a
join if they did.
Bad BuMpy. Okay.
Nobody asked for it either. We're probably only the only people in the world.
Yeah, I just figured nobody else had a Brut IPA ever. So
the world was looking for that.
all right, guys. Cheers. That was great show.
Cheers, Brian.
Cheers,
yeah, and
Cheers, man.
we'll figure out what next Multi Monday is going to be when we do the polling that will happen. It will be posted. I'll either make a video sometime right after Wildcard Wednesday, unless I'm out of town again or something, and then it will be posted by Thursday anyways, saying what style actually to pick up. So either Wednesday night or Thursday, look for the style that wins Multi Monday. Go out and find it if you can. If you don't feel like joining the panel and you still want to come in and watch along, chit chat in the chat room, try to drink along with us with the same beers that we're doing, because you get the little bit of education there with what I can find as far as the style goes, and it just gives you a little bit of a history on the beer and stuff. So
Well, thank you so much for having me, Mr. Jesse, BuMpy guy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks,
Paul.
Jesse.
Well, thank you guys all for joining up, and cheers to the chat. Like I said, anybody wants to join in, I'm going to be going off stream now, so stick around, grab the StreamYard.com thing right there, and come on into the the little panel, and we'll have an after party with what's left of these brutes. Once again, cheers, everybody, and
Cheers.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Jesse.
You did.